Okay, so we're here once again in Sword Factory X, and we have gotten an insane update to the game. Now this is probably one of the biggest game-changing updates that we've had so far, thanks to one of the brand new features that you can probably see right now actually, but we'll go over that in a little while. But for now, let's go over everything that's actually been added to this update. So as you know, for usual, everything that is new to the update does come up over here. As you can see, obviously one of them is the second ascender, which is a massive game changer. We also have the kill counter that we saw in the leak, and as you can see, there's a kill counter on the sword, get as many kills as possible, and apparently it will be important soon, as well as the rebrander, which we also saw, and that is of course the renaming of the swords, as well as some premium colours in there as well. So yeah, let's just go over everything. Now that obviously doesn't show everything, there is actually one feature as well that has changed, and it's actually something that's not in any of the update logs or the change logs, and that's the fact that the molds are now actually slightly easier than they were before. So as you might have seen on the mold list, if you come over here and look at the chances, some of the chances have changed slightly just to be a little bit easier than they were before. Now it's not a massive change where like we're going to all be going up a whole mold or something, it's just a little change. As you can see for Amethyst for example, mine before was 1 in 48,000 I believe. Now it's all the way down in 1 in 30,000 just because it is a little bit easier. Now I'm not too sure if it's like a 10% or a 20% increase, but it is a little bit easier, which is a good thing. So yeah, molds will be slightly easier, but it doesn't really change the fact that there is still a massive jump between Amethyst and Diamond and etc like that. So hopefully we do still get some new molds in the future. But yeah, that's a really good feature. And now we'll move on to some of the new features, the big features in the game. As you can see as well, the new update is apparently overdue, and I'm not even sure what that means, but yeah. As you can see here, we have the new rebrander. Now this is where you basically change the name of your swords and stuff. So what I'm actually going to go do real quick is quickly go over to this ascender over here, and you might be able to see how it works a little bit, but we'll go back over to that in a little while. And boom, we're back over to the rebrander now. So this is my damage sword over here, as you can see. And basically what this does, once you put your sword in it, it brings up this nice little UI. You can change the name of the sword there, and then you can also go ahead and actually change the colour of it as well. And for those people who are premium members, basically those who have the premium membership in Roblox, they can also get some exclusive colours as well, which is super good. So yeah, let's go ahead and set some random name to this now. Obviously seems like this is my damage sword. We may as well go ahead and just type in something scary, Punisher. Now obviously you would really want something like red on it, but yeah. Now beforehand this was actually more or less 400 gems. Now I'm not really too sure why it's 2,000 gems, so I'm not actually going to go ahead and buy that just yet because it was cheaper before. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it actually might depend on the rarity of the sword, so if we go ahead and do that, no, maybe not. So I'm not really too sure how much the price will be. They are still doing fixes as I am actually updating this, recording this video. But yeah, that's a really cool feature, and obviously we did see how it works beforehand anyway, so yeah, that's really good. Now let's move on to some of the bigger things in the game, such as the new second ascender. So obviously we have seen this before in other games, well in another version of Sword Factory. However, obviously this is a big game changer just for the fact that it is a second ascender, which is always super overpowered. Now when this did release, I believe it had like a level 250 cap with also 50,000 gems. Now this has changed down to 25,000 gems, I do believe. So that's a little bit good, well, a little bit cheaper even, which is also a good thing. And for those people who did buy it for 50,000 gems, they should get a 25,000 gem refund just because they did buy it for an extra 25,000 gems. So you should get some gems refunded to you at some point, so don't worry about that too much. Obviously, when this new fix update thing comes out in, I don't know really when, it'll most likely be out by the time this video's up anyway. But yeah, basically you will get your gems back and stuff. But as you can see, the ascender just works so well now. So as you can see, it is 2 ascenders. We can put 2 swords in here like so, and if I just quickly stop them like so, they're basically just the same. It's just more or less now like a split screen, so obviously you can do your molds and all that blah blah blah. And if I go on one, obviously the one on the left now will only do the one that I just picked, and obviously then the one on the right will obviously do the one on the right like so. And another cool feature, as you can see, you might actually notice this nice little kind of like red band around it. Now basically when it's red, it means that it's not upgraded. However, if I get a random sword real quick, let me just go and pick up a random sword in here that's not got a great mold in it or something. This gold one here, for example, let me just, whoops, put the amethyst one back. So this gold one here, if we pick this up, bring it over here, and just kind of drop it in here real quick. And if you go ahead and then put up the mold, as you can see when it upgrades, it actually changes this little green that has kind of gone over really quickly. So we'll go ahead and do the level as well, just so you can see it a little bit better. But as you can see, every time it upgrades, it will flash this green colour. So say you're not really concentrating too much and you see the green, then you can like actually look up and see that you've actually upgraded your sword, which is really nice. So yeah, that's a really good feature as well. So obviously for those who are just kind of like not really concentrating too much, or just kind of like watching your ascender from afar, if you see a little bit of green, then that means that sword is upgraded, which is a great feature. And yeah, that is more or less the whole update. Now obviously we do have the kill counter as well. I don't believe I've actually used this yet, as you can see on my damage sword. Oh, we do actually. So we have 17 kills as you can see so far on my damage sword. Now obviously if we go ahead and pick this up real quick and jump down into some random world, like so into Magma Hills for example, and just come over to these bosses down here. Obviously every time we kill a boss, we do get an extra kill on that sword. So boom, there's that boss dead, boss dead, boss dead. I think we killed 5 or 6 there. Another thing that I have noticed, I'm not really too sure if it's true or not, or maybe it's just me being completely bad with gems, but there might have been a slight gem increase as well for drops. Now I'm not really too sure, that's for those people who do kill bosses to kind of tell and stuff, but maybe there has been a little bit of an increase, I'm not really too sure. But anyways, as you can see now, after those 5 kills, we have obviously raised the sword by another 5 kills. And obviously the thing about this is obviously once this thing kind of rolls around again to the kill counter, it does say that these kills are going to be important. So I'm not really too sure what that means. Maybe it means that we're going to get some like achievements or something for specific swords. Once you get like a certain amount of kills on the sword, you get like a 5% damage increase or something. So that's going to be pretty good to see if that's the case. Obviously I'm not really too sure because we haven't actually heard anything about it. And obviously this is the only thing that we've seen so far about it being important. So yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting as well to see what they do with that kill counter. Obviously again there is more updates to come. Obviously we should start to see a countdown start happening on this thing up here in the future. And for those worrying about Shrek Wazowski, who was obviously over here before, he is still here. Don't worry about it, it's just kind of now underneath the platform instead over here. So there is nice little Shrek Wazowski instead. But yeah, I can't even jump up now, whoops. Let me jump up over this side. So yeah, that's more or less the whole update. Obviously the main thing is that second ascender, and for those again who did buy it for 50,000 gems, you will get a refund for 25,000 instead, just to give you those back for those who did pay the extra little bit before they kind of changed it and stuff. But yeah, really cool update overall, and I do believe it was worth the wait just for the fact that a second ascender is always really good. And I do believe they are also going to be doing a global quad stack, maybe 2 global quad stacks, which would be really nice, but I'm not really too sure when that's going to happen. Again, he just said when the fixes happen they'll do the global quad stack. But yeah, as you can see, people are starting to get some more stuff now. I did see, well, as you can see here, diamond and stuff. I did see more people upgrading to more molds beforehand, but I guess everyone's changed back to doing other things in that. But yeah, really cool update again, as I keep saying. And hopefully these double ascenders will be definitely worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.